Alright guys, Tavares here, and I'm seeing this weird trend going on TikTok. I stole a couple clips from the Black marriage movement that I want to react to in today's video, and it's kind of odd how parents really use their children for likes and reposts, and you kind of make a fool out of yourself sometimes in the process, but all that for some clicks and internet fame, but it's kind of weird. Like this one, I thought the clip was a little bit funny, but sometimes it can backfire. Now watch this.
I'm about to go fight this woman. And she has a little girl, okay? Come here, come on. And this little girl, she tries to fight you. You're going to fight her back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go get your shoes. Come on. Let's go. Want to see what you're working with, okay? What about your popsicle? Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. You want to take here? I'm just kidding.
Now, I'm not saying that lady specifically is a bad parent, but I saw some clips of clearly some people are terrible parents and shouldn't be placing their kids on the internet because you're just making your children look bad. I'm going to show you an example of one that maybe the parent spoke to the kid after, but it didn't really look very tasteful. It really looked like you could have damaged that kid. This one I only found it funny because the little girl was like, "Hey, well, can I bring my popsicle with me?" So I thought it was a little bit cute. But there's some times where it's just like, why? What is the purpose of this? Check this out.
Sonali, I need you to go put your shoes on right now.
Why?
Because I'm about to go fight somebody, and I need you to fight their daughter if I'm fighting somebody. Come on.
So now you have a kid crying because she's like, I don't want to get into a fight. And obviously the mom probably said something to her offline. But what is the point of placing your kid on the internet afraid? Placing your kid on the internet scared because they don't know what's about to happen next. And it's like, we need to stop doing this type of foolishness for these trends. Like TikTok is really making parents that could be so much more productive find ways to make their children look bad. And I'm only using these because I don't think that's enough to bash those. But there are so many examples that I know if I post, people are going to try to attack those parents. And I don't want that. But what are you guys' thoughts in regards to that? My thoughts were exactly what this dude Charlemagne said. And I never agree with this dude on anything. Peep this.
And I don't like people laughing at these kids praying, man. Because you're traumatizing these kids for likes and reposts. When you see these kids crying and stuff, I hate it. You got kids crying on the internet scared to death for what? I got a challenge for you. How about y'all do a put a ring on it challenge? That man you've been sleeping with for years who hasn't committed to you, the one you keep asking what we is, record you telling him you breaking it off if he don't marry you. Let's see how that goes.
How about we try that challenge? I never thought I would see the day that I'm saying, let's go do something Charlemagne is requesting. I never thought I'd see the day. But how about all of these parents who find so much time to make their children look bad? And it's not been a bash to ladies, because if you only saw that clip, you'd probably think he's just talking about women. But all of you guys who are in these wasted relationships because you've been dating this guy 7 years, he won't marry you. You've been with this girl so long, she don't want to commit to you. How about you go do a challenge and record yourself asking them when we getting married? How about you record that? That sounds like a challenge that I'm willing to watch, because all this making children cry on the internet is foolishness. Like, don't let your children go through this unnecessary trauma. How about you go face your trauma? Don't embarrass kids.
That. Goodness, you don't want to do that one, do you? Put a ring on it challenge. If you a woman that's been sleeping with a man for years and that man is not committed to you, and you keep asking what we is, record you telling him you breaking it off if he don't marry you, and let's see how that goes for the internet. Now we're going to see some real tears. I'm going to laugh at that. That pain, I'm going to laugh at.
That sounds like that's going to be like going to the ER challenge. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, they already know that's about to start some fights in people home. We said that'll be the ER challenge. And it's not my point to say stop this and start another toxic challenge, but it's the fact that we do not need to expose our kids on the internet. I think, and it's not even coming up against TikTok, but it's like social media is really harming people, and people are doing the absolute most in these reels. People are doing the absolute most to go viral. Everybody's turning themselves into idiots and not even realizing it. We have to be careful that we're not allowing trends from society to dictate what we're doing in our spare time, because that can really harm you in your future. This is a second clip that I want you guys to check out. Compass.
Why is your chick going out without you?
It's like a girl's night.
Understood. So if a girl's night happens and my chick were to go out,
Yeah.
she would message me 10, 15 times throughout the night. I'd pick
Yeah.
her up. She'd be home. So the fact that your chick went out for a night out and vanished for the night is already a massive warning sign.
Yeah.
If she ever does that once without being told, then you should be able to say to her, look, I'm uncomfortable you going on nights out and staying somewhere without telling me. I want to know where you are from now on. Why? You're insecure. I'm not insecure. I'm a man. If anything ever happened to you, you'd call me. I like to know where you are. You should tell me. If she goes, ever tell you where I am. Do you have control of that relationship? No. Responsibility and authority are linked. The reason the captain of the ship goes down with the ship is because he has responsibility for the ship. If he says, man the sails, people man the sails. If he says, man the sails, and everyone ignores him, how can he be held responsible? If you want me to protect you, if you want me to have responsibility for you, if you want to come to me with all of your problems, then I need authority over you. How can I allow myself to fix all your problems when I have no authority to prevent problems in the first place? That's the first thing.
So I agree with him in the sense of don't come to me with your problems if I can't help influence some of your decisions. And a lot of times we know that some women, they don't want advice, they just want somebody to listen. But he makes a valid point that if you're just out living reckless, doing whatever, and I have no say so, it doesn't really seem like we're in a committed relationship. I guess my issue with some of the things he's saying is that it's not like, and my apologies if he is married, but I don't see this from the perspective of a boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't believe a woman submits to her boyfriend. Speaking from a biblical perspective, the Bible mentions that wives submit to husbands and husbands submit to wives. If you read in Ephesians, I believe that when you're in a covenant marriage, then you can, okay, I'm going to be here, I'll leave there at that time. That's when you should be able to give people your whereabouts. But I don't think the person I'm dating is obligated to tell me anything. And he's saying it from the perspective of somebody, it seems like they're living together. If you go out and you go spend a night somewhere else, that's an issue for me. Obviously, whether you're dating or married, I believe that if I don't even know, like, whose house are you at? That's quite alarming. So I agree that we need accountability in our relationships. But I'm afraid that this sets a bad precedent because he's saying that he's the captain of the ship and he has the control. For one, you're forgetting the partnership aspect of the relationship. Because if you go out and decide as a man, as a husband, I'm speaking as a husband, if you're living together, boyfriend and girlfriend, I already think that's a bad idea. A lot of people like, try it before you buy it. You never really know somebody until you get married. But there are a lot of people who end up living together, don't get married. You wasted years of your time. But I don't believe that men should have the access to go do whatever they want and not have to give receipts or have accountability with the woman that they claim to love. So I get that he's saying, hey, if I'm going to be leading in our relationship, you're going to trust my guidance. I would like your whereabouts, because if you're going to be at a girls' night out and I don't hear from you at all and I'm not sure if something happened, then that's a huge red flag. So I get it. I get it in terms of we must have accountability in our relationships, but I disagree with him in terms of if I'm in control. I disagree with him in terms of I need to be able to make the decisions for your life or make the decisions of where you go or who you hang with. To me, that seems like toxic masculinity, as they like to say. I don't know if that's the right word, but to me, that's not healthy for a relationship. Whereas because I'm a man, I get to determine where you can go, how long you can go, and all those things of that sort. Now, married, I'm not able to just go do whatever I want. Safa's not able to just do what we want. Not because we're in prison, but because of love. And love requires sacrifice, love requires commitment, and love does require boundaries. So whether she decides to have girls' night out or we're in groups, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, it should still be a level of accountability and respect. And the moment you start doing whatever and hiding and being secretive and you can't even have your phone open or stuff like that, that's when you see a bunch of red flags. So comment below, what are your thoughts on both the clip in regards to the kids and your clip in regards to he's the captain of the ship. You know, and I'll probably start doing some more reaction videos like this. So hopefully it was refreshing, something new, something different. See y'all next week. Peace.